Hello, my fellow yappers. The second episode of Yapper Shack. I'm your host, Sam, here with my co-host.
Karma.
Hello, guys. I'm really excited for this one.
Yep.
This episode is... Oh, my bad.
No worries. It's gonna be a get to know the co-host and host.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super excited. We took a little bit to prepare
Yeah.
this and
There's some changes made. We've got like a background and PNGs this time, not just a Discord call.
yeah, we're so cool, so snazzy.
Yeah, super professional.
So professional and ethical. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Uh, I'm so bad at this, man. Okay.
Yeah. Wait to be smooth. Let's just head on to 20 questions, shall we?
Yeah. 20 questions. We're gonna do that.
Okay. You can ask the or no. Okay. So what's your favorite color?
Okay. So if it isn't obvious, which it probably isn't, because you guys don't know me completely yet, that's what this episode's for. I love pink. Very much so.
Oh yeah.
Way too much. It's an addiction.
Agreed. It's quite much from what I saw in that one server that I had joined.
Listen! I like pink. I can't help it. You should see my room, dude. Like in real life. Holy.
I, on the other hand, I like nature type colors. So like, like an olive green or just like a neutral green, like sage type color. Browns of all in many shades. Like some of the earthy stuff is what I kind of prefer, and then also like grays, blacks, reds, purples, that type of thing. It depends what I'm feeling, but it's a switch between those two.
Ooh, that's actually, I love that whole palette that you put out. I do love that. I'm more of like a pastel person. I don't know what it is. I love light colors. I love
Yeah.
It's not really a color, but I like a little sparkle, you know? I like a little pizzazz.
No, yeah, for sure. For me, it's just like, I've always loved the Victorian age type thing. And then, so when you take those earthy colors into like that Victorian like dark color scheme and then add that with gold, everything just pairs so well with gold. And it's just, it's a gorgeous vibe at that point.
Gold is gorgeous. I love bronze. I don't know what it is.
Ooh, bronze is a nice color.
And rose gold.
Yeah.
Love rose gold. All golds. Like I looked like 3 days ago, I was looking at this whole like palette of like different golds and stuff, and I like all of them were gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
I was like having a hard time picking between them. I was like, oh no, what color do I want this necklace to be? I'm like, I'll take all of them.
Yeah.
I don't have the bank account for that.
Okay, let's move on to question 2. Favorite movie? This one's hard.
I'm gonna go a little bit on first. Not for me.
Oh boy, okay.
Well, kind of, because I don't know. I have a lot of favorite movies, but I quite literally have a top 100 list.
Oh boy. Okay, hang on. Okay, if it was like the last day that you were allowed to watch a movie, what would that one movie be? Like the last day, otherwise you're banned from movies. To put it into perspective.
Oh, that's a hard choice. Ooh.
Do you see what I mean?
Okay,
it's hard. Okay.
I got mine. Okay, Edward Scissorhands.
Ooh. That's a nice one. That's good.
I love the vibe of the movie. I don't know. Okay, so it sounds weird, and this is gonna sound really weird, but the movie kind of has like a texture to me, like in my brain. I don't know.
No, that's not weird. I get you.
it's like really soft and like kind of like cotton, but not like softer than cotton.
Oh, that's
And it's
different
kind
from
of
what
like
I have.
it's like smooth, but it's like a little like it's like a little bit scratchy. Like there's Velcro under it, but like it's really soft at the top, you know? I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. I mean, for me, I was just thinking of like a little bit of grainy, like the rough surface of a rock.
Yeah, that I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways,
That-
mine, I think, like, my favorite movie would have to be Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one.
oh my God, nothing can beat the first one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's so good. I think that would have to
That
be.
yeah, dude. It's funny you say that. That was the first movie I've ever seen in a drive-in movie theater,
Oh.
and it was amazing. I love drive-in movie theaters. I don't know. I love a lot of old stuff. That says a lot. Edward Scissorhands isn't my favorite. It's in my top 100 favorites. My favorite's Killer Clowns from Outer Space. But if it was the last movie I would have to see, I'd go for Edward Scissorhands. I don't
Yeah.
know.
That's for me with Guardians whoa, words. Guardians of the Galaxy. There we go. That's like
Yeah,
in perspective, if like that was the last movie I could watch, what would I watch? It would be that.
it's like my favorite movie is Killer Clowns from Outer Space, but I wouldn't watch it on like the last time I because I've seen it so many times
Fair enough.
to the point where like I wouldn't have to.
Mhm.
Like
Okay.
I feel
Oh, no, carry on. We can move on after.
no, I'm done.
Okay. Favorite food.
Ooh, I already know. Um, tacos.
Oh, yeah.
I,
Fair enough. Tacos is like my
well,
number 3.
real. Like, okay, but like in general, like yes, tacos, but like just in general, like Mexican food. I love Mexican food.
Fair.
Oh my God, that's also good.
For my favorite, I would have to go with a dish called vraniki,
Ooh,
which is what I would consider a traditional meal from how I grew up. Which imagine like a pierogi, right?
yeah.
Or like a pizza pocket for those who don't know what a pierogi is. But about twice the size. Like these are about larger than like the palm of your hand, but they're not very rounded, right? But they're in the shape of a pierogi or a pizza pocket. And inside they have specifically homemade cottage cheese. It's a totally different texture from store-bought stuff, depending on the technique. But it's homemade cottage cheese on the inside, and then you have like a, I don't know what people call it. We call it schmontfat, which is like well, it's like a cream gravy, I guess. It's like heavy cream and a little bit of flour, salt, and pepper type of thing.
Ooh.
It's within one of the mother sauces for France.
Ooh,
I think
that
that's
sounds
what I
really
heard
good.
from a chef. But yeah, and I add ketchup to it as well. Nobody else does in my family, but I add ketchup to it as well, and it tastes really good. And that's like that's my home meal, right? Like that's just that would be the home. That would be the meal that just reminds me of like home and my childhood and all the good warm fuzzy things. Kind of like how
Real.
chocolate chip cookies are to a lot of people around Christmas time, right? Like
Ooh.
that sort of that's the sort of emotion to it.
Oh my God, yes. And honestly, you got me sold. I'm gonna order that on the menu. Thank you.
I don't think
But,
you'll find it.
probably not.
No.
But like you get what I mean.
Yeah.
um, uh,
There might be like a rare 1 or 2 people who might know what that is. Like
yeah.
recognized by name.
I have no
Um,
clue what it is. I like the way it sounds.
Yeah.
Like, even the name of it.
Vraniki?
What's the name of it? Ooh. I don't know. I like the first pronunciation. It like makes my brain tingle.
Fra?
I like it.
That?
Ah! I love it. I'm weird, guys. It's okay.
Okay.
But here's wait, quickly.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Wanna- So this is for all the Nickelodeon fans. Hey, what's up? There is one of like favorite childhood food that I ate, and it was spaghetti tacos.
What?
You don't know? Okay, it's actually really good, and it's not soft taco shell, it's hard taco shell, and it's spaghetti on the inside of the shell.
Ooh.
It doesn't get soggy or anything, but it's like it's the shell stays hard and it's really good. I know it sounds gross, but it's not,
It
surprisingly.
just sounds
And
strange. Like not
it it,
gross, but
it
strange.
I get it. I get that. That's how I felt too before having it. But it's from iCarly. Uh,
Oh.
and I tried it for the first time when I was younger, and oh my God, it's just one of those things you don't think you'd like, but then like I loved it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was an honorable mention.
Okay. Dream vacation destination.
Mm, uh,
That's a hard one. Okay, just like if let's change that to if you could visit any country that you wanted to, which country would be your go-to?
oh, I got it.
Okay, you go first.
Japan.
Japan.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
I th-
gorgeous.
I think I would go to like Scotland.
Scotland forever. Anyway,
I just
sorry, I had to.
I just like the culture from what I've seen. And it would be really cool to just be there and like all the houses that they have because like a lot of them are kind of like how we perceive cottages.
Yeah,
And I think it would just be fun and like a new cultural perspective to just be like where it's super green and rainy.
yeah. It sounds really like actually relaxing
Yeah,
almost.
because it's like a bunch
Um,
of overgrown nature and moss. I'll be right back
yeah.
in a second.
Okay. Hey guys, I'm gonna talk a little bit about somewhere I wouldn't want to go, and this is no
Three.
disrespect
Yeah.
to any of the people that live there or whatever, but I don't think I'd ever want to go to Russia. No offense to any of I've just heard some stories about Russia,
Oh,
and
fair enough.
and I'm scared of Russia. Um, but also Japan, gorgeous, love it.
Mm,
Uh, not a huge fan of the standards for like the beauty standards there.
yeah, it's kind of intense.
It's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. But
Well, I mean, like it's like it's heavily pushed.
yeah, it's very pushed. Especially for the women a
Mhm.
lot of the time. And that's I feel like that's for a lot of places, which is honestly sad. We're not gonna get too much into that, but
Yeah. Um.
honestly, it's just sad. That's all I really gotta say.
Yeah. Favorite hobby.
Uh-oh, I got so many.
I think for me, writing would have to be my favorite hobby. I like to write a lot. I like to do stories. I think, I mean, yeah, you were on my server when we first met. That was our first call. Was on my server.
Really? Huh? Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it was on my server.
I forgot.
You forgot I was the owner?
I did. I totally forgot. Yeah, guys, Karma's famous.
No, the server's almost reached 600 people, hasn't it?
Um, I don't know why I can't check on my computer, but I don't
Okay, hang
know.
on, hang on. I can check real quick. So currently at 598 members, but we did reach 600, and then it fluctuates.
Yeah. That's great. It's a lovely server, guys. Loved it.
So
I'm not as active though, which sucks.
the reason why I made that server was because I loved writing, and I loved the idea of writing with people, where either I'm writing the
Yeah.
story and like I get suggestions from people and they get to control the storyline, and then I continue from there, or just like I have a character, they have a character, we figure out a plot line and we write novelistic style. That's how it was meant to be, was to be written in a novelistic style where it's just like 2-3 paragraphs per entry.
Yeah.
And then it got
Dude,
big, and then it just turned into like a regular roleplay server.
yeah. Yeah. Um sorry. Jeez. What's wrong with my throat? But I remember joining and yeah, guys, I know, unfortunate. I'm a gotcha kid. Anyway, I I just love creating things. I love making characters because um I don't know, it's a huge expression like of myself, I think. I like
Mhm.
to put a little bit of myself into each of my characters. And so like they're a part of me. And like it's really personal. And I know a lot of people like make fun of the gacha community and like all this other stuff when it's just a game at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And we're just making things, dude. Like we're not hurting anybody. Yes, there's like a bad side to it, but
Yeah, but I
so
mean,
is so does
what
everything have.
yeah. What kind of community doesn't have a bad side to it? Genuinely.
Literally.
There's people who have to
All of them.
ruin it. And like for me personally,
Yeah.
I think I left the gacha community 3 years ago. But when I started the server, it did start with like a bunch of gacha characters.
Yup, guys. Honestly, I don't. Okay, it's kind of sad. I am still part of the gacha community, just not as intensely as I used to be.
Yeah.
Because, um, people made it less fun. And I'm not saying this to like the people that made it fun, like all my friends and all that. Like, they lovely people and they made it extremely fun for me. But like, people in like a lot of the servers would restrict things. Like in a lot of Discord servers, it'd be like people who'd be like, "Oh, you can't like overpower your character," and that's understandable. But they'd put so many rules with that.
Oh,
Like
no.
they can't
For
have this sort of power, and they can't have this, that, this, that.
yeah. No, yeah, for my server, at least if Pastel did it right, um pretty much the basis is your character can't be immune to damage. There has to
Yeah,
be a weakness or 3, right? And like
yeah,
they and
that's understandable.
whatever powers they do have, they need to have setbacks or limitations. That's it. They can have whatever they want, but just have setbacks and limitations. If they can teleport, then they can only teleport so and so many times a day, or they can only teleport a certain like amount and maybe a cooldown. But it's still the same power. But it's just thinking logistically
Yeah,
so that they can't like spam it, right?
yeah, and that's like understandable and very fair. But I've been in, like so many servers where I'd tell them my character's weakness. Like I had a character and he has ice powers. He controls like ice and snow and yada yada.
Mhm.
And literally, this is like you could use this in so many ways. His weakness is literally heat.
Yeah.
Like you can use that in so many different forms and ways. But they're like, nope, gotta be more. You gotta give him more weaknesses. And I'm like, what,
Oh.
dude? This is a pretty basic one.
Yeah.
Like you can use this to your advantage. And but that's not the only reason why I'm not that active. It's also like TikTok and like all the places I post videos and stuff. I don't get a lot of recognition from that. I used to just do it for fun, and I did for a while, but it's also like the fun kind of goes away when nobody's like sees it or like acknowledges it, you know?
Yeah, no, yeah, I get what you mean.
And now I just have like a lot of different things on my mind. Like I have school and like Halloween's coming up and stuff like that. A lot of things I need to do, and it's kind of hard to balance all my other hobbies with gotcha. So it's yeah, it's
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of like for writing is the only problem is when you're writing with somebody else, they're kind of dependent on your reply and when you reply. And I used to live like a very like I would be like at home every single day type of life, and I would be available at any time. And now I don't. I am a much more busy person
yeah.
these days, and so I can't respond like I used to. And because of that, I just avoided my server entirely because I know I used to just browse through everybody's characters and just be like, "Oh, I have a character that would do so well in a story with that one, etc., etc." And I would start like 6 like different stories in different channels, and I would just be writing with these people, and I would be multitasking through them and replying to each and every one of them like just like one after the other, constantly going for hours. But I can't do
Yeah.
that. I can't do that anymore. And I also don't have the motivation to do it anymore either because I've like it's writer's block. So
Oh my God, real.
I've just
That
avoided
is
my
so real.
server in any sense that I can, so I don't try to start what I can't keep up with.
Yeah, that's like super relatable actually. I haven't role played in like months actually. I have been very insecure about it because this is a little bit personal, guys, but I am very insecure about my vocabulary. Um
Oh, don't
I am
don't
very
yeah.
bad at it.
You're not the
And
only one.
yeah, I'm really bad at like I I I have roleplayed with so many amazing people, and they are so good at wording things, but then I try to do the same thing, and I repeat sentences. I do all this other stuff, and it's just I don't know. I feel a lot
Honestly,
like
if
ashamed.
no, I totally get you. If you wanted to, I could also help you through that because I've been writing stories since 2018, 2016, something like that. That's when I started. So I have like, like years of experience just shoved up my sleeve, and I've learned a lot, and I've like written with a lot of different people. So if you
I'd
wanted help
love
on
to,
like
honestly.
techniques, on like mental techniques on how to improve your writing,
Yeah,
I'm more than happy to take the time and like help you with that through writing, and just tips and
I,
tidbits here and
I
there thrown at you.
that would be great, honestly. Like, okay, yeah, I love that. But like the reason that like I'm really bad at it yet. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm an overshare, but I'm not gonna completely overshare. I in a really shortened version of what I was gonna say, very bad past with my mother, and so that took away from my school time in middle school.
Oh.
So I don't know a lot of basic math. I don't know a lot of basic literature. I'm very bad. I don't know how to ride a bike. I don't know how to swim because of, kind of
Yeah.
going through all that at home.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's, yeah.
Yeah, that's honestly that's
Yeah.
completely understandable. And for me, I was very slow in my like just learning grammar and vocabulary and etc. because English is my second language, and So, like, I was really stubborn when I was little in learning English because I was like, why do I have to read when I can talk? Because I knew how to speak, but reading and writing I couldn't really do. But they had me on a program at the school where like they had me set aside into a different class with like a certain instructor, and they made me read and write, and they would keep correcting me, and this was like hardcore stuff, and like teaching me how to read and write with like decent enough grammar that it's legible. And my handwriting's still horrible, but
Same.
somehow that like that type of like side training didn't deter me from reading and writing. And if anything, once I got the grasp on it, then it was just like I kind of fell in love with it once I started reading books. And it started with picture books, of course, because little me didn't have an attention span at all. And then from there,
Me
my
neither.
friends would be like, "Oh, you're reading that? Why not try this?" And it was a novel, and I got into that. And then from there, just like I fell in love with books. I fell in love with writing. I absolutely loved it all. And I would just like
Yeah,
spend hours at a time just reading.
honestly, that's beautiful. Honestly, like, and like I always I picture stuff. Like I know a lot of people actually can't picture things in their head.
Mhm.
Uh, but I do it a lot. I over picture. I have maladaptive daydreaming disorder.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, fun facts. But it just it used to be bad. I had a awful attention span. I would not be able to focus, and that would like interfere a lot with reading because
Mhm.
I'd be focusing on everything except reading.
That's
I
There's a way to
yeah.
use that to your advantage when so you have to be selective with your books, because I had a problem when I was younger, especially with extreme daydreaming, and I think I kind of just like through social pressure I stopped doing it over time. But when I was younger, I would daydream all the time. Like I would be zoning out at the dinner table, just like muttering to
Yeah.
myself quietly, because I just like had a whole scenario going on in my head that I was imagining, and I didn't know that what I was doing was just trying to escape the social interaction that was in front of me. So I
Yeah.
delved into my own little world of imagination, and I didn't realize I would mumble and murmur because I don't have a vocal thought thing, so like everything's mute inside my head, kind of. Um,
Yeah.
in a very basic sense of explaining. So like when I would imagine things, because I couldn't hear it in my head while I was imagining, I would mutter it to myself so that I would have that vocal thing going to keep myself in it. And through social situations, I stopped doing that. But when it comes to reading, while you're reading, just like if you have a really good book, imagery is really important. If you want to look that up, imagery is where in a novel things are heavily described for the benefit of your imagination. So certain
Yeah.
novels will have like so much descriptiveness in like the environment and the emotion of the character and so much detail. Some people will find it tedious and boring, but when you have a strong imagination, you're flying through the words as you're imagining it in like a movie in your head as you read. And that's what reading is supposed to be. But sometimes you have to be really selective with what books you read in order to get that.
Yeah. Like that's what I do now. Like, I'm not a huge reader. Okay, it's a little embarrassing to admit, but not really, because I do I read so much fan fiction. Um, uh, I read a lot of that, and that's because I don't know. I like reading things from people who are like starting to become writers. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like a hidden gem type of thing. It's very
No, yeah.
personal and like I just love that.
I get that because it's like they have a concept that they probably read or watched and they really liked, and then they're branching off of that concept in their own imagination, and that like kind of twist can be like it can be fascinating, especially for like when you're reading from like a new writer, like you mentioned.
yeah, it's extremely fascinating, and like it's just really amazing to see somebody like, especially young, like people like around my age or younger, writing something amazing, and then you just being like, wow, they're gonna become something one day. Like
Yeah.
it's great. But quickly gonna finish the whole Malaptive daydreaming thing, and then we can move on to the next
Okay.
thing. We've been branching off this, but uh, I have controlled my Malaptive daydreaming. I control it with my music
Yeah.
because I realized that it triggered a lot more with music because
Mhm.
I connect more scenarios with music than I do other things.
Yeah.
So now I've kind of controlled it to a
Okay.
point where I take like an hour or so of my day, I put on my headphones and I just think, I just like daydream
Yeah.
straight up. And
No, yeah,
it's
I
that
get
just
you.
controlled time. And then
That's.
I'm
Oh, sorry.
yeah, I'm fine. No, it's fine. I was just gonna say then I'm fine for like the rest of the day.
Yeah. That's what I do in order to write now because like I said I have writer's block now, but my imagination still works. So if I want to try and write anything, then I put on a certain playlist. I can't have words because words will distract me. But like for instrumental music, ones that are really heavy with emotion, like how they have like in the background of movies and stuff to really set in that scene, that's what I have playing when I'm writing. And then so I have different genres for different scenes that I have to write, and
Yeah.
that way I can still write even with writer's block because I still have that imagination set for music. So the two go hand in
Ah,
hand. Moving
I was just
on.
yapping.
Favorite season of the year.
I have like two. Uh, like I love autumn,
Ooh.
obviously. Love autumn, but I also really like spring.
Mm.
I don't know.
I'm between autumn and winter because I love Christmas. I'm a Christmas junkie. I will listen to Christmas music all throughout the year, and I know that will make many people very angry, but that's just what I do. I love it. I love the bright spirits. I love snow. My body physically cannot handle the cold. If anybody's ever heard of Raynaud's phenomenon or Raynaud's syndrome, um, which is pretty much when you see people's hands turn purple easily when they're just cold. That's what I got. Um, yeah, and
I turn red like a tomato.
I mean that could be like a mild form of Raynaud's, but pretty much what it is your blood vessels are constricting. Like for me, hands and feet. And so either when I'm stressed or just not totally relaxed and comfortable, or whenever the temperatures drop, my hands and like my knuckles, like the joints of my fingers, will all be in pain, stiff, and when it gets like really cold, it will feel like, well, really cold for me is like, oh, hang on, I gotta make sure I say this in Fahrenheit real quick. Let me just Google this real quickly. But like way below 40 degrees. Um, so like cold for me is like cold, freezing temperatures. Um, and then so it will feel like icicles are literally forming in my skin and just jabbing at my bone constantly and never ending, and heating my hands up to normal temperature hurts even more until it's gone.
Oh, well, okay, I don't understand like completely, but I think I understand the feeling. Because like
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called, but I sometimes get this this feeling in my feet, like where it's like 1,000 sharp needles are like
Oh, that's just pins and
going
needles,
through them.
isn't it?
Yeah, like it's like I'm every time I take a step, it's like hurts, and it's
Yeah.
bad. Like it hurts badly. I don't know
No, yeah,
what it
that's
is. I
that's
don't
pins
remember.
and needles. That's when your blood gets restricted from a weird position, and or whenever
Yeah.
your like a main like blood vessel is like clamped or pinched, and then your leg will go numb, and then when it's pretty much making the nerves go haywire, and then everything feels painful like you're stepping on pins and needles, but any twitch and movement of your muscle causes that. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
For
I literally.
for the cold thing, for me it's quite different, but it's like worse pain than that, if you can imagine, because I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about, and it gets really bad. But the cold, it's like that pain on top of being unbearably freezing ice cold. But yeah, and I also love fall because brown tones, the earthy tones that I like and everything. um
yeah.
Favorite animal?
Oh, I was gonna say something before that.
Oh.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I was gonna say, to your point about winter. I'm Canadian, so no,
No.
it's bad. Winter here is like it gets really bad. We have very bad winters. It's
Well, I
like
mean, like
I don't know.
6 feet of snow is how I grew up.
Yeah, I know. I can handle the winter because like I grew up here. Uh, but I don't know. I like winter from inside my house.
Fair enough.
But I don't know. I just like when the weather's not too like when it's warm but with like a breeze. That's my
Yeah.
type of weather.
Okay. Fair enough.
Because I I get overheated. So that's another reason I don't like
Oh.
winter because I always gotta wear freaking warm stuff so I don't die. And then I'm freaking sweating. And then, because fun fact about me, close your ears to the people that are afraid to puke. But when I get too overheated, I puke.
Oh.
Not fun. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, favorite animal. Mine, like I already have this set. It's a crow or a raven. Either or.
Ooh, burp. Um, Mine is I have two. Again, I love even numbers today. Um, One is very obvious. I feel like everybody knows this about me. I love sharks.
Mhm.
Love sharks, guys. Did you know sharks can grow up 24,000 teeth? Oof, it's a lot of teeth. Um, and well, okay, sharks, jellyfish, and snow leopards.
Ooh.
Love them all.
Seahorses used to be my favorite animal when I was really young, just because they were. I was like a horse girl who never rode a horse. So when it was seahorses, it was automatically my favorite animal because I loved swimming and I loved horses. Bushing the two together must be an awesome thing. I grew up though, and uh, so
I grew
my
up though,
my
unfortunately.
favorite animal now is a raven or crow because they're genius. They are so
They're
smart. They can
silly.
talk like like
Oh,
like parrots. They can talk like parrots. Just nobody
I didn't know
teaches them,
that.
and they're so common, right? And like they're huge and they're majestic and they just look wise, and they like shiny things, and I like shiny things.
So real.
That's totally not the prime reason, but it's shiny things.
What was I gonna say? Okay, hold on. A second. Oh, right. I used to like seahorses too, but for only one reason, and it's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
because the men had the baby. I don't know. I really liked that fact about seahorses. I found it funny and like actually interesting. And I'm like, yeah. Guess what? With male seahorses, guess what they have? The baby. I don't know. I found it silly, and I still love that fact because that's like one of the very few animal facts that I know.
Fair enough. Um, favorite genre of music?
This one's pretty straightforward. I like everything except classical and opera.
Fair enough. I like everything except for death metal, opera, and not bluegrass specifically, but something very similar to it that I don't like. Anything else I can tolerate just fine. Oh, and like extreme heavy auto tune. Just anything with like they try to use auto tune as like the style. Don't like it.
I'm sorry. I just thought of Mr. Peabody, that movie.
Oh yeah.
Auto-tune. I can't. But yeah. As soon as you said, what did you say? Death metal? Oh, you
Yeah.
said you don't like? Oops. Then
Oops.
there's me. I like death metal.
Oh.
I
I
like
like anything and all in between, just not death metal specifically. Like I'm fine with like normal metal, but not the screaming and guitar and drum and just
I,
screaming and unintelligible the words unintelligible.
oh, I thought you were trying to say unintentional.
No, unintelligible. My stuttering's getting worse by the month.
It's fine. But I get that. I feel like heavy metal, death metal, all that can be very overstimulating for a lot of people because like it's a lot of sound and a
Mhm.
lot of loud sound. But I have a very mixed playlist. It's it goes from like a wide variety of like uh I mean Eminem, freaking the Gummy Bear song, to heavy metal, to pop, to country, etc. Like a lot of music that shouldn't be in the same playlist,
No, yeah, I
but
get you. That's
is
kind of my thing as well. It's come to the
like
point where I just like on Spotify, I'll follow certain like artists, and then for whatever I want, I'll just listen to that artist and not make my own playlist.
oh, I just I only like certain songs. This is something bad about me. I uh if you ask me what my favorite artist is, I won't be able to give you a straightforward answer because I only like certain songs for certain artists. So I don't
Fair
really
enough. That makes
there's
sense.
not a lot of bands or just like artists in general that I like all to.
Mhm. Fair
I
enough.
don't care if that makes me a fake fan, but like the only band that I like all the music to would probably be Gorillaz.
Ooh, I know them.
I love them. I love my favorite song would probably have to be Dare.
Mm,
It's my favorite song. I don't know.
nice. Um.
Wait, I want to say the next one. I want to say
Okay. Okay. You read the next one.
the next one.
Number 10.
Number 10. What is your favorite sport or physical activity?
For sport, for what I understand best, either baseball or hockey. Because I had a neighbor who played hockey, and because that neighbor had an older sister who was my friend, and the older sister had to visit the practices, I had to go along too, because she would drag me along. And then so I understand hockey and I understand baseball because I did a lot of baseball. So those are the only two sports I know the rules of and understand. So that's why I have to pick those. But if I were to choose one over the other, baseball. Baseball is so much fun. I love it.
Yeah.
And just physical activity would probably be walking in nature specifically. Like not in town, not walking around a mall. It would be walking in nature, preferably a forest if I could.
Real. Uh, we are we're opposite but not opposite. I personally, another fun fact, you're learning a lot of fun facts about me, everybody. Uh, I am deathly scared of bugs. They freak me out. And so
Oh.
forests, not my thing. Um, but I love walking, like Karma probably had already heard through their headset or whatever. I like walking like downtown during night and stuff, like it's very fun. Or just walking in general anywhere, uh, hopefully to a point where I don't get lost. And mainly with people because scary, scary world.
Yeah. No, yeah, I get you.
But oops, what was the question? Oh,
Sport
sport.
or physical
Oops.
activity.
Yeah.
So walking.
Yeah, walking. Yeah, I know. Sport though. The only sport I like is basketball
Hmm.
by myself. I don't like playing with other people. I'm not very much of a team player because I literally don't play in a team. I just like putting the ball in hoop.
Fair enough.
I don't know. But as for physical activity,
Yeah.
dancing.
This next one is this one's gonna be fun. Your biggest fear.
Ruh-roh. But before we start, guys, I'm not gonna list all of them, but I have like over 20 fears. And that's over. Like, there's
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
I'll like limit myself to like probably 5.
Pick the one that is most prominent.
Well, as I said before, bugs.
Fair
Freaky
enough.
dicky.
What about like Okay, aside
In
from
general?
bugs, like not a daily one, but just like one of those fears that you don't think will actually happen, but it's still a fear.
Well,
Just to narrow it down. I don't know.
I already know one. Before I get into it, just like so I get little context. I can't swim. Um, so big bodies of water. I'm scared of drowning and like falling into big bodies of water and just like having nobody. That's a
enough.
scary one. Also, glass dolls and puppets.
Fair enough. I don't like them either. Puppets are fine, but glass dolls, no.
No, look at Slappy from Goosebumps.
Okay,
I rewatched that.
I gotta think on mine. Like, the biggest fear?
Like one that you think you'd be scared of out of all the ones you have. Like the most.
The biggest fear I would have would probably be abandonment.
Fair. That's a big one.
Because, like, I'm fine being by myself for, like, casual situations. But to be abandoned, especially by, like, somebody close or something, that's a big fear.
Yeah.
Especially if like I'm in a tricky situation and I get abandoned. That would just
Yeah.
like that would probably be my biggest fear. Ironically, because I would like to go walking in a forest, but I wouldn't go by myself, obviously, because it's a scary world out there. Um,
As I've said,
and
yeah.
yeah, and so I would go with the person. But if that person were to just disappear on me without any notice in a forest, like I would probably lose it, and then after like an hour or so of losing it, just like start walking in one direction aimlessly and just stick to that direction until I get out, and then I would probably never even look at a forest again after that.
Yeah.
But
Abandonment, oh, it really messes up a person. I speak from experience. Uh, it can also like cause a lot of like mental issues in the future. So like it can really mess with like your relationships, whether that be romantic, platonic, or like even like a family bond. Like
yeah.
it really messes it up. Like me personally, yes, more personal territory, but like my mom, I do not have she's not in my life and she hasn't been for a long time and I'm not like yada yada, she was abusive. I don't talk to her anymore. That's yeah. I never had that like mother figure in my life, and twice I've had my father has like had a girlfriend, and I considered her a mom for like 2 years, and then she left, just like my mom did.
Oh.
And I kind of stopped trusting every like older woman like that ever comes like into my life. I get nervous around like female teachers and stuff. And like, I don't know, it's like anytime I like forget to do an assignment or something and they check up on me and they're like, I just want to make sure you're okay. I'll tear up and I'm like, no, no, be mean to me. Leave me alone. Like, why are you being nice? Stop it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, what are you doing? Like, it's, yes, it's sad, but that's like what abandonment does to a person. It makes you, it gives you trust issues a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And I like word oh it's like self isolated myself for the longest like time period. Like I would use comedy as a coping mechanism and I would like try to make other people laugh to try to get like to fill a void, I guess, of just sadness. Like I needed something to cling on to. And I've done that for a while. I still kind of do that, but it's also like I'm better-ish. We're getting there, but uh, yeah, abandonment sucks, and that's just a little peek into what it can do to like somebody's future. Because like right now, I'm in the future. Type, we're all in the future right now, if you think about it, because this is the future for us. Um, but that I was a kid that didn't have that mother figure, and now I'm a teenager that has to struggle through a lot of stuff because of it.
Yeah.
So it sucks, but it's fuck it, we ball anyway.
I did want to add to this. A part of the abandonment thing is also just the fear to be alone.
Yeah, that too.
Because I feel like if I was left completely alone, like just like dropped somewhere, I had food, water, whatever I needed, but I was just completely alone, completely isolated, I would completely lose it.
Yeah,
Just
it
like
makes a person go crazy.
within the first few hours.
Yeah.
And I used to think that I was an introvert until COVID happened. And then
I
I realized, oh yeah, no, I'm not an introvert. I'm just not like extroverted, but I'm just in the
I
middle.
think it's called being an omnivert or something.
Something like that.
Ambivert.
Where it's
One
just
of
like
those. I'm that
I
too.
need social connection, but I can't bring myself to go and reach for it type of thing.
Yeah. Like I feel like am. I have my moments. Like I have my introverted moments, but I also have like my extroverted moments. Like um, I don't know if there's a question like in class, if there's something the teacher's like, "Oh, does anybody know this?" I'm not raising my hand. If even if I know it, no. But then like if my friend is too nervous to go like put their order in like food or something, I'll do it for them.
Yeah, that's kind of the same thing as me,
Like I
except I would have raised my hand, but
nope, too many people.
I mean, that was only like if
I don't
I
know.
absolutely for
Uh,
sure knew it, and it's not like, oh, I think I know it.
yeah, that's fair. It's not just like the whole introverted extroverted thing. I also have extreme paranoia, anxiety. Like I have a lot of like things that are. I'm not saying this in a negative way, but this is the only way I know how to explain it. Like that are wrong with me. Issues, some that wording, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of mental issues,
Mm.
and so raising my hand is a lot harder than it is for probably most people. Like
Okay.
if I raise my hand, I immediately feel like there's a billion eyes on me and that everybody's judging me. So it's
Could
like
that
not just
could that be like leading into social anxiety? Because I have social anxiety and
yeah,
like
yeah. Like I have social anxiety. I used to have bad depression, but like I've kind of gotten through that.
mm-hmm.
Um, so I
Should
have a
we
lot. There's a lot of stuff, but yeah.
yeah.
Anyway,
Um if I think the next two are gonna fly by. Favorite holiday? Christmas.
Halloween.
Okay, dessert. Favorite dessert? Crepes.
Ooh, ooh, oh, erm. Uh,
Um.
I
Hmm.
like.
Hmm.
uh, I like ice cream,
Okay.
and I don't really know if I'd categorize this as a dessert, but I like ice cream and frozen grapes.
No, yeah, that would count as a dessert. Yeah. For me, it's
Ooh,
just
the
crepes
texture.
because childhood. It's like so like there's the whole setup of crepes, and then there's like a crepe, which is just like the really thin pancake, and then
I've never had
use
crepes.
oh you can make them. It's pretty easy. But
I can't cook. I'd probably
oh
burn that.
I enjoy cooking. I should have counted that as one of my hobbies. Is I enjoy cooking and messing around with food and textures and flavors. Anyways,
Yeah.
back on track. Desserts. I like so a crepe, and then you get Jello powder of whatever you like. I usually go for raspberry, or yeah, just raspberry or strawberry or a mix of the two, and then you sprinkle it on, and then you roll it up, and then you just eat it like that. And it's best when they're fresh and warm, so then the Jello like doesn't stay as like it kind of melts a little bit into it, but not too much. That's like my favorite thing because of like childhood.
Hold on. That sounds like. Hold on. Let me see if I'm right.
It's not quite a jelly roll because
Yeah, I
crepes
know
are
what you're
thin.
talking. Yeah, I know. It just reminds me of a Swiss roll. Do you know what a Swiss roll is?
Nope, never heard of it.
It's really good. It's kind of like a I'll send you a picture.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain it. All I can do is like send a picture.
Okay.
They're so good, but
While
also
you're doing that, favorite way to relax? For me,
um
my favorite way to relax, current day, is on my hammock. I recently got a hammock set up. So, like, after
ooh,
work or whatever, then just to, like, lay back on the hammock and to just swing there and relax, that is, like, that's my favorite way to relax now. And beforehand, what it would have been is going for a walk or bike ride, sitting by, like, a river or flowing water, surrounded by trees, and, like, sitting on, like, a big old boulder and just being there for like 30-40 minutes to just relax and get myself grounded to reality again, I guess, and then just like go back home.
yeah, that sounds very relaxing. Sorry, my dog is doing something that I don't like. Silly.
Oh, I
He's
see the
licking.
picture you sent me now. Kind of, but with a crepe instead of what looks like a
Yeah,
thin cake roll.
yeah. Philly, stop licking your feet and then licking my hand. I don't appreciate that.
Okay, back on topic.
Anyway,
Topic.
right.
Favorite way to
Um,
relax.
I bubble bath. I like
Ooh,
baths.
that's a good
I
one.
have, I don't know, this is an odd way. Again, I explain things weird, but hot, I like really hot water.
Mhm.
It's like, I don't know, the temperature and the weight, like it's just it relaxes me. I think that's also why I my favorite chore is like doing the dishes because I don't know, the hot water makes it fun, I guess.
Okay.
I like hot water. So it's odd. But
Fair enough.
yeah, relaxing. And um
Ooh,
uh video games.
the dream job?
And I know it's weird, but shooting games. Anyway, dream job?
Yeah. Pretty much this as a full-time job, just talking. Dream
Yeah,
yeah,
this, honestly.
just yeah, this would be the dream job is just to sit somewhere preferably in a room with the people and just like have a microphone in the middle, talk. Just talk. And like
Yeah,
even like being on a radio or whatever, right? That sort of thing. That would be really cool to just be able to do that and get paid for it.
yeah, kind of like
And people can be entertained by whatever random topics we decide to talk about that day. So,
yeah.
yeah, that's
Do you know Smosh?
yeah,
I love Smosh.
brain leak for me.
They also they have they have a their own podcast and everything. They have a podcast. They have a lot of things that they do, and it's their job, and they have
Mhm.
like so much fun doing it. And that's my dream. But like also I have a bunch of backup stuff, like in case all this doesn't work out, like that I'm gonna become a tattoo artist.
Mm.
That's gonna be something I'm practicing. I'm
I've
gonna be a tattoo
actually.
artist
Oh, go on.
and then I might do some nail tech stuff.
Ooh. I've been told in the past that I should go into being a tattoo artist, but I can't do straight lines, so I
You
don't think so.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I like want it's not like my dream. I don't know. It's odd for me. I've never really had a distinct dream. I just like to be creative.
Same. Same. That's
That's
the
it.
exact same thing for me. It's just like throughout my whole life, I've just been like I've been asked, especially like around like high school era type thing. I was always asked like, what do you want to do once you're out of high school? And I'm just like, I don't know. I never know what I want to do. I could go into carpentry because I have experience with woodworking. I could go into voice acting because I can manipulate my voice well. I could be a singer if I practiced more. I could
Oh, I love
possibly
singing.
go into music production or video game production, like being a character designer. Um,
Yeah.
I could like potentially do modeling if I like went through the effort to. Especially
Yeah.
nowadays because they just accept any body type now instead of like being that strict. You know, like if your waist is over 21 inches, you can't model, etc. Like as you know, especially nowadays, it would be a lot easier. But I don't think I want to. That's like a really toxic environment. And
Yeah.
there's like
The whole thing of
working
like
with
want.
children. Working with children was like one of my biggest things where it wasn't a dream, but I was thinking I could because I'm good with kids. Kids generally like me,
Yeah.
and I am good at teaching them life stories because I can tell an interesting story to them because I like writing.
Yeah. It's like I feel all my life it's been a big like maybe. Like it's
Yeah.
always just been maybe. Like I went from wanting to be I self-taught myself ballet. I did that for a bit. I was good. I tap danced. I taught myself how to tap dance. I was good, but I didn't really. It's not something I'd want to do the rest of my life. And then I taught myself how to sing, and I love singing. I sing to this day, but it's something I want to pursue because
Mhm.
I love to sing, but like also I don't want to be performing on a big stage or like doing all this other stuff that's like, oh, such, I don't know. I don't have the energy for that.
No, yeah, I get what you
Um,
mean. That's like when you
like,
think of the logistics of any job, it's just like, what do I really want to do? And then that's why I was able to say now podcast so quickly because I never had an answer, and just like right now, logistically, podcast. All you need
real.
is a group of friends or a group of people to start it with, a concept, and if you want to do it in person type of thing, everybody chip in for the studio and the equipment and build from there.
And yeah, and a lot of advertisement, like a lot of advertising for
A
like
lot.
the podcast itself, which soon I'm gonna I haven't yet, but like I am gonna do a set up the TikTok because I'm really the only I think one of the only people that has TikTok and is on TikTok a lot.
Mm.
And so yeah, that might get us somewhere. But yeah, it's a whole thing of promoting being like going on all like the platforms and being like, "Hey, we made this cool thing. You should check it out." But it's
Yeah.
also like it's like people need to they don't a lot of people don't read something and they're like, "Oh, that's cool. Let's do that." It's unfortunate how like a lot of the stuff you're gonna have to show them, like literally with TikTok, you're gonna have to show them a clip and then that's how they're gonna be like, "Oh, cool, let's watch that." It's I don't know, it's different from like
Mhm.
seeing a clip of it and then seeing somebody write out an explanation.
Yeah.
It's very different.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Shall we move on?
Yeah.
I'm gonna skip 16 and 17. Favorite childhood memory?
Uh,
This is a hard one.
um, um,
For me, I grew up on a farm. Not like a horse farm. It was like chickens, turkeys, sheep, that type of thing. And we had a lot of cats. And so we had one cat that at that time, because I was like really little, she was named Girl Kitty or Mama Kitty after she got babies. At that time, she was still just Girl Kitty. And when I was little, and like whenever I felt like fed up for whatever childish reason of having temper tantrums, I would go back to the barn and just sit with the turkeys or the chickens, or just with the cats in the field, because like a part of the field was just tall grass that we left unkept for the sheep. And so I would just be sitting there in like a flattened out area, and little Disney Princess me would sing. I've been singing throughout my whole life. So little me would just be singing, and like just like singing whatever was troubling me or whatever I was focusing on, if it was the turkeys or if it was the cat or if it was my family. I would just make up a song along the way, just like on my own, and I would do that in the backfield. And that was some of the most relaxing times in my childhood that I remember. So I think that has to be like one of my favorite childhood memories, is being back there and just like listening to like all the tall grass, right? How they shuffle against each other because they're all dry and dead and there's a gentle breeze, and the birds chirping, the planes overhead in the summertime, and all the bugs that are nearby but they don't bother you, and just the cat being there like your little guardian protecting you, because the cats would follow me everywhere. And just that peace of being with the animals and just out back, no people, no worrying if I look weird or if I look crazy, and just enjoying it and just singing a song to pass the time. That has to be one of my favorite childhood memories, for sure.
Oh, that's really sweet. I have like two. I don't know why. So many even damn numbers. Uh, One would probably be my when I used to live with my mom and my two sisters. My big sister, we didn't get along well, and that's kind of like understandable because my mom basically uh left all her responsibilities to my big sister, and like as a teenager that can be really difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Taking care of like two kids while your mom's getting like using bad stuff in the basement. And so we didn't get along great because she'd take out all her anger on me, my big sister, and that wasn't very fun. But there was one night I remember where I was kind of just bored in my room, and she brought me into her room, and uh, she played school with me, where I'd sit at her like desk thing, and then she'd pretend to be a teacher and like ask me all these questions and like write them down on a sheet, and then I'd like answer them.
Aww.
And yeah, she kind of just like helped me with that a bit. And yeah, that's my favorite memory from my mom. Like well, not my mom, but like my
Yeah.
mom's living with her.
I could hear the quotation marks in your tone.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of good memories from that place, but yeah, there's that.
Okay.
There's one from my school. I remember I obviously I sang a lot when I was a kid, but I still sing now, but I sang a lot when I was younger. And one day, after my French class, I was singing gibberish, literal gibberish. I guess I was like pretending to speak French. And my French teacher comes out of the classroom and she's like, "You are singing like fluent French. You're really good." And I'm like, "Huh?" I was like, "Huh? Uh, yeah, thanks." As I have no clue what she's saying. I was just singing gibberish. Like she's like saying I did great and I didn't do anything.
Oh.
So either she was not the best French teacher and probably didn't know anything, or I was a tiny genius. So I wonder where that all went. But those were my two favorite childhood memories, I guess.
Okay. That's nice. Favorite quote or saying?
Oh, something that we like a quote in general, or like
Yeah, just like a quote in general that with whether we heard it or like someone told that to us or we read it somewhere, just a quote that stuck with us.
Okay, well, I have a quote from my dad, but I also have like a saying that I say a lot. So, a quote from my dad is, um, sorry, I zoned out for like a second. My dad says this all the time, and he said this when I came out, which was a long time ago. I was like, what, 10, 11, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
That's when I got my first girlfriend. He said, as long as you're happy, nothing else matters.
Aww.
Yeah, so that's a quote from him. A saying that I say a lot is a cuckoo banana sauce. I love it so much, guys. I don't know. Some of my friends, like, fucking say it now. Sorry for my language, but I don't like it. They stole my saying. That's my thing. I made it up. Nobody else did. I did. Cuckoo
Yeah.
banana sauce. It's basically a longer version of just saying crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. No.
Mhm.
Like, I say, that's cuckoo banana sauce, guys. That is cuckoo banana sauce.
For me, I don't remember the quote exactly. I just know I read it somewhere. I'm trying really hard to remember it. But essentially, what the quote was about was that if you take, you can move any mountain too literally, then you'll never see what like okay, so this is hard to explain if I can't remember the actual quote, but pretty much if you take the saying you can move mountains too literally, you'll be trying to move the mountain that cannot be moved. If that makes any sense.
That hurts my head.
So pretty much like
I'm sorry.
I know I don't remember the quote, but it stuck out to me because essentially what it's saying is that if you're focusing on you can do any, like when people say you can do anything you want to accomplish, right? And then if you only focus on like the most drastic thing possible that you want to do, you know, like the biggest thing, if you only focus on that, you won't have fun achieving it because you're not focusing on all the little things that you could be doing that give you a lot more freedom in your life, which is what it's supposed to mean, is give yourself freedom. If that helps you make it any more sense. It's yeah, I don't know how to explain it properly.
That probably made sense to all the listeners, but
maybe not.
I completely zoned out. You were just saying stuff, and I'm sorry. Like this, it's never anything against the person. I just, when I don't understand something, my brain is just like zones out, and like suddenly I'm thinking about, God damn, I want a s'more so bad right
now. In summary, it's just like, don't focus on only the large things that you could be doing, and just look at the smaller things that you can do within reason that gives you a lot more freedom within your life. Like, when you look at little things like, oh, I like biking, and I would like to do it more often, but I can't because of this and that, and I lose time. Like, no, just when you're sitting there doing nothing, get up, get on your bike, check the tires, and go for a bike ride wherever you can. And if it's not safe, then choose a safe time in a safe area type of thing. Like, don't make excuses for the little things that can give you that little bit of freedom that can give you a lot of life improvements. And stop focusing on, like, all the things that you want to do in the long future that makes it feel so far and out of reach.
Uh-huh.
Did you zone out again?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I swear, I tried.
Uh-huh.
I was like, yeah. And then I started thinking about, a SpongeBob episode.
Dude.
I
Anyways, favorite type of cuisine.
want to say the next one.
What's a cuisine?
Aw, man.
Sorry.
Aw.
Sorry.
Cuisine?
Oopsies. Yeah, cuisine. What? Isn't that just food? Dish?
I think they mean like a full dish, like different things on the plate type thing. Like a meal. Like, what would be your preferred meal? Like, I don't know.
But Vranikia is a meal.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's always served with, like, sausage as well, but,
Well, I don't know, we could talk about, like...
most favorite fancy food.
Fancy food.
Yeah, like fancy restaurant food, like 5-star. This was, like products imported from, Iceland, and, like the deepest rainforest within China, type of thing.
Yeah, sorry, my dog started growling. I don't like when she does that. She just stared at a freaking nothing and started growling. Stop it.
Maybe she's just practicing.
The house was haunted. No. I know. Fancy food.
I tried duck
Okay.
at a 4-star restaurant. Or it was like 4.6, something like that. And I had duck. And apparently it's supposed to be very dry, but this duck was very, like, moist. And it had... It was just rosemary with it. It was kind of lame. But, that's the only experience that I can really give out for a cuisine. And, like, it was a whole platter of what looked like a variant of chickpeas splayed around, and it was like orange with the sauce stuff that tasted disgusting, and there was pickled stuff on the side which was also disgusting. And then the only good part of it was the duck, and that was just mediocre good.
All I was thinking about during that was just like how they killed the dog.
Oh, off with its head.
Oh no. I love ducks. That made me sad.
I was raised with like a lot of chickens and turkeys, and we raised them for the purpose of meat. So I am very used to just like, I mean, it's very humane because, like, how we did it was we soothed the chicken so it wouldn't be freaking out. And then we had a big ol', like, really heavy log. And I mean, like, big. You can't wrap your arms around it. And it's just a cut log with 2 screws in it. And then you just lay it on its back. and so that like its head or like the just the head gets between the two screws, and then you go with the axe, one hit, done.
No.
Just one hit,
no.
and then you hold the chicken while it like moves around, and then
No.
and then you get it prepped for food. That's just
No.
it's painless. It's
I'm
painless,
so sorry.
and it's fine. It's painless. It's very humane compared to like how manufacturers do it. Like,
I am so sorry to all the animal lovers.
I love animals.
I do too, but like I didn't need that description.
I spared many
You made
details.
it, what?
I spared many details for you.
You had to. I had very fancy mac and cheese. Yeah, I know it's very, very, very mediocre to the chicken story, guys. Yeah, I didn't have to kill any of them. I'm not vegan. I'm gonna make this very clear. I'm not vegan, but also I'd rather not know about what happens to the animals. Well, it depends. If it's in a cruel way, then I'm not gonna eat it.
Yeah.
Out of respect. But if it's like in a way where I know that the animal wasn't in any pain and it was like, yeah. But what I don't like personally is like when they bring like a chicken in and then their kid gets really attached and they don't tell their kid what's gonna happen.
Oh.
And the kid like names the chicken and stuff and all this stuff. And then the next day, oh wow, look, a nice chicken dinner. I don't like that.
No, my
like,
family was very careful with that I didn't get attached to any of the farm animals. I got to be attached to the cats, but farm animals were farm animals.
It's just messed up also like when they don't tell their kids what's gonna happen.
No, I was part of the whole process. I could go into full detail of the whole process of chickens.
No,
I won't for your sake, but
that's for another episode that I'm not gonna be in. Or I'm just gonna close my ears because that's. I love animals. Chickens are so cute too. They're so fat and cute. I love them. Anyway, I want to say the next one.
That was the last one.
Oh. Aw.
Yeah, and we've been talking for an hour and 37 minutes. And that was just the first topic.
Oh.
I didn't expect us to get so carried away.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like we can do one or two. Like, would you rathers?
Yeah. Or never have I ever.
Yeah, we can do that.
Or like the never have I evers. So like.
Yeah, never have I ever. That could do. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be able to do. Would you rather?
A never have I ever. Now we just both gotta think on a good question. Okay, let's like have a never have I ever, but like I don't know if this is twisting the rules or not, but you like, let's say I would say one of the never have I evers, and then you have to guess if I have or not, instead of you saying I have or not. Does that make sense? So like I would say never have I ever what's something that won't be upsetting to you?
How many animals have you picked? You know what? I won't.
Yeah, I won't share. I was gonna go into something that you probably wouldn't be happy. But are you emotionally attached to bears? Are you?
Not really.
Okay. So I would be like, never have I ever seen like the skeletal paw of a bear in person before. And then you would guess if I have actually or not.
I thought you were going to say something gruesome, like, never have I ever killed a mama bear's cub.
No. I was very careful with my words for you. And then you would guess if I have or not from what you already know about me. Do you think I've seen like the skeletal formation of a bear paw in person?
Yes.
I have not.
You haven't?
I have seen several bear skins, and I've seen the skull of one, but I didn't get the chance to see the paws ever.
Okay.
Yeah. Your turn, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
It's kind of like a mix of two truths and a lie, but never have I ever, I guess.
Do I have to, like, say never have I ever? Because, like...
Not really.
Okay. That makes it easier for me. I'm just gonna say it. Are one of my parents considered famous?
Ooh. That I do not know. I'm gonna go with no.
Wrong.
Oh.
My mom, she's famous in the art world.
Oh.
An artiste.
Yeah.
It's in the blood. Your turn.
Never have I ever. Well, not really that, but let's see. I don't know if I've shared the story or not, so this might be obvious or not. But I've had 3 chairs thrown at me down like a staircase while I was going up before.
Yes?
Yeah. I was hoping you were gonna guess no.
I mean, not nice.
No, yeah, three different occasions. By the same girl.
Oh.
Middle school was rough, man.
Oh. Real. Honestly, real. I'd argue that middle school was probably tougher than high school.
Yeah. Middle schools are so much more aggressive.
Yeah.
Anyways, your turn.
Have I ever gotten a major injury in a Walmart bathroom?
A what injury?
A major injury in a Walmart bathroom.
I feel like that's just too iconic to pass up on. I think that might be true.
It is true. I don't know what it's called. It's not, I guess, my palm. It's, I got, like, for people that do not like any talk of blood or sharp objects or stuff, I wouldn't listen to this. But, the corner of my hand, so there's this, like, really sharp metal piece sticking out of the Walmart bathroom wall.
Mm-hmm.
And the floor was wet. And I didn't see the wall. I didn't see, like, what was pointing out of it. And I had my hand on the wall, and I just started running. Sliced that corner of my hand off, and
Oh.
there's blood all over the floor, and I was screaming, and I almost had to have staples in my hand, but they didn't do that because I was about to fight the doctor. So I have a scar on my hand now, which is it's only noticeable if you compare my hands.
Yeah.
So nobody
Okay.
really notices unless like they look at both my hands.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool. Um.
Yeah, so cool.
Hmm. It's hard to be thinking of stuff. I can't I can't think of anything exciting that has or hasn't happened.
I have so many things. Not
Um.
exciting, but just crazy.
Never have I ever had to wrestle a turkey.
Yes.
No. Shockingly enough.
Ah,
I did have
I
one
don't know. I,
attack
I
me,
just
but I didn't wrestle it.
okay. Um,
Turkeys are scary, man. Especially when you're about the same size as them. I was once short,
ignore
once
that.
upon a time.
Freaking my dog's barking. I apologize. Um, have
Hmm.
mm,
Do, do, do,
okay.
do, 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 do,
Okay,
do,
okay.
do,
Um,
do, 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 do.
have I ever intimidated a goose? And here's a little thing, guys, about geese. They're not easily intimidated. They're very vicious.
Hmm.
As
I
a kid.
mean, as a kid?
Yeah.
No, I doubt it.
Yup.
Zams.
Bro, I was like flaring my arms and everything. I was screaming at it and it just like backed away. At first it was hissing at me, but then it was like, whoa. um, bro, chill. So yeah, and I intimidated a goose, which is super duper fun. Not really. I had like five other ones of them chasing after me after.
Aw. Hmm. Let's see. Never have I ever paid about like $500 for cats because they were a certain breed.
I know I keep saying yes, but yes. Animals are expensive.
Yes, I have. They are heavily mixed with ragdoll. So they have the behavior
I love
of
ragdoll cats.
yeah. So they have all the behavior of the ragdoll. They have the fur texture of a ragdoll. One of them has the length and the face shape as a ragdoll. The other one, they're sisters. The other one has more like a little bit shorter hair, but still like a mid-length for cat hair, and more of a tabby cat face structure. So you can tell the difference between them, but they have the exact same fur, and they don't look like ragdoll. This is why I'm saying they're mixed. They have a silver tabby mixed with them, and it's a certain kind of silver tabby. So their fur color isn't super common. So yeah, it's a silver tabby, not like a normal gray. It's a silver tabby. Which like a normal gray would be like there's different tones and stuff. This is like I don't know how to describe it exactly, but they've got white, silver, and then like a dark ashy undertone for their stripes, and it's really, really cute. And yeah,
Aww.
and they're just 2 little kittens, and they were expensive.
Oh my goodness.
And
so cute.
the original price for them was $400 for each.
Oh my god.
Per cat. And then I talked to the
Holy.
owner, and then I got it down to both for $400. And then I
Nice.
continued talking to them, and then when we met up with them to actually like get the cats, and we paid in cash, then because we got the cats before their predicted vet visit, we decided that it was not necessary for them to vaccinate the cats for us. And so then they took off more, and so it was $300 for both cats, when both were originally valued at $400 per. I'm a good negotiator.
I'm not.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
I was raised as like a negotiator. Essentially, pretty much, in the stores, like when I was just a little tot, and like I wanted toys and stuff, right? When I wanted something and my mother would tell me no, she had taught me to, instead of making a fit and like screaming and crying and yada 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 in the store, instead I would pretty much bargain with her and try to sell the product to her and reason with her for why she should get it. And like I would include downsides, potential downsides and whatever, and I would make it a fair argument on like, yes, this is like the faulties, but this is like how it makes up for it, etc, etc. And like I would like be in like, I would full on like try to sell the product to her like some commercial dude that comes up to your door. Do you want to buy this car? Do you want to buy these windshield wipers? that kind of thing, from like a little tot onward. And so I would always reason with my mother with like what I can, or like just for whatever I wanted. And then sometimes it would be my favorite, and sometimes she would be like, still no, and then she would explain to me why. And yeah, so I just learned to be really good at negotiating.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna say my last one.
Okay.
I need to make this one good.
Yeah, we're gonna hit 2 hours soon.
Yeah, I gotta make this one really good to just like end this off. Okay. in middle school, was I left alone a lot because most of the guys were scared of me.
Scared of you?
Basically, none of them would get into fights with me or argue with me because they were scared of me. Do you think that's true?
No, I don't take you for an intimidating person.
Wrong.
Wow.
I'm not now,
Uh-huh.
obviously. But in middle school, I was intimidating-ish because I really need to get back into it, but I boxed.
Oh.
I did a lot of like fighting stuff. I like arm wrestle. all this stuff, and then I came out as gay, and so
Mhm.
it, it's kind of like they were already scared to talk to me, so like anybody that had a crush on me then was like, oh, okay, well, I'm scared of you, and also I have no chance, so that's great. So
That's
there
pretty
was that.
cool.
I'm not saying that the gloat guys, like, it was okay.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta say I can relate. Um,
Were you buff in
I
middle school,
zoned out.
Karma?
Huh?
I said, were you jacked in middle school?
Oh yeah. No, yeah. Ironically enough,
Really?
still am. T.
I'm not. I'm chubby,
But
and that's okay.
yeah, it was because of that, and also because like fights weren't uncommon, and often enough I got
Oh,
involved in them in one way or another. So and like I mentioned the chairs, and yes, I was left alone at one point or another, just completely.
oddly enough, I've never been in a physical fight.
Really?
Never. They were, I think they were scared of me because they thought I'd be stronger than them. Because yes, I did like some boxing. Like, it wasn't really a known thing, but like it was like known within my friend group, and that
Mm-hmm.
was like a majority, like the people in my school. I had a very small school. Um,
Oh.
and so I was quiet.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth is, dude, no, none of they'd probably be able to beat me in a fight. I wasn't that strong. And now, okay. Oh, I also was like, I was the second tallest person in my class.
Oh. Well, I
So
mean, I
there's
can
that.
relate, honestly.
I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask because I don't. I wanted to know because guys, Karma is freaking tall.
Yeah, I don't mind sharing that.
Tell him. Can you
Six
tell him?
foot three.
Oh my God, guys.
Without shoes, but.
It's kind of funny the height difference between you and me because like I'm the host and I'm 5'4". Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm 5'4". And actually I found out that I might be shrinking, so that's great.
Oh. Already? You're only supposed to do that like after you hit 30 or something.
Well, I also have a bad memory, so there's like not,
Fair
I don't
enough.
know, early dementia and I'm shrinking.
Also, 2 minutes and then we'll hit 2 hours of recording time.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so two more
Well,
minutes.
well, oh well. I guess we're just gonna talk like a
Yeah,
little bit and then we'll end the episode.
yeah.
But the the height difference
With me and
between
everyone.
not just us, yeah, with the whole everybody that is a part of the podcast. Hold on. Let me. Y'all won't be able to see it, but I'll read it out to you because we have it pinned. Well, I
Oh,
pinned
oh,
it.
uh
Pretty
oh.
sure.
Is it
I
something
did
I
pin
said?
it. No, it's the thing that you did. It was like the
Oh,
height
yeah.
comparison.com. Okay, so the
For
shortest
sure.
person is sure. It's Sherbert. Sherbert's 5'1". Um, Squid is 5'3", which is crazy. I'm the third tallest. That shouldn't be a thing. I'm 5'4", and then Callie is 5'8".
Yeah.
Tall. And then Karma, 6'3". And it's funny, you guys can't see it, but we might be able to like put it up
Yeah,
at some
I'm
point
pretty
and
sure
show
in
it.
like post editing I can or Callie, me or Callie. I don't know
Yeah,
if I'm gonna send this to Callie or not. Can just like snatch this and just put it in the corner. But
yeah, but it literally I made a comment about how it looks like Gru in the
yeah.
from Minions, and like it also looks like Karma's a god, and we're just freaking worshipping Karma.
Oh no. I had put in more like Snow Might and the Four Dwarfs.
Literally, I don't know. I love it. It's interesting because it's I don't know.
yeah.
So that's a very fun little fact. The height difference is crazy. There's also like a variety of ages,
Yeah. And then there's the ageless.
which is huh?
The Then there's the ageless. We were talking about
Oh
this before.
yes,
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, I thought you said age list.
Oh no, less.
I was like, we have a list.
No.
I think I'm the youngest. I'm pretty sure. Yes, I know. Ironic. I'm the host and I'm the youngest. Get over it. Um, I is Callie the oldest?
no.
What?
Anyways,
Callie's not the oldest?
we are at 2
Oh,
hours.
wait, really? Oh my God! Oh no! I just discovered something. I'm not gonna tell you guys, but I just.
2 hours and 1 minute. Shall we conclude?
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for listening. This was Yapper Shack, and I really hope you guys enjoyed listening to us yap. And I hope you guys learned a thing or two about us. Well, you did, but
Oh yeah.
I hope you were listening. Thank you. And until the next episode, bye.
Yep, bye.